Hi everybody, it's February 28th, 2014, Friday, and today is National Rare Disease Day, and so I just thought I'd make a little video for y'all. Um, so yeah, I have multiple rare diseases. I've had multiple surgeries. I walk with mobility aids. My rare diseases are both physical and mental, and there's not a part of my life does not affect. Thing is, for as long as I live, which I don't know how long that will be, I could live a long life or I could die young. The nature of the disease is that everything is completely unknown. That's the nature of the beast. Every day of my life is lived in pain due to rare diseases. I'm in the process of being looked up for a rare immune deficiency, which is actually, I thought I was being looked up for one, but according to the paperwork I received in the mail today, I'm actually being looked up for a rare one, so that was a little tough to hear and read and receive that news. I have a disorder called neurofibromatosis type 1, which affects every aspect of my life. It's caused me to have multiple surgeries. It's caused me to have tumors. It's caused me to have pain every single day of my life, and I can honestly say I don't know what it's like to live without pain. I don't know what it's like to live a day without my entire body hurting, or without, or without myself just aching all over. I don't know what it's like. I have multiple rare disorders in my throat. I have one called tracheomalacia, which is where my trachea, the little thingy that helps you breathe, actually collapses and makes a really weird noise and does things it shouldn't do because, your trachea should collapse because that's not what tracheas are supposed to do. I have a disorder called subglottic edema, where my epiglottis flips over itself. This not only causes me difficulty breathing, but it also often causes me to choke on my food. It causes me pain in my throat, and it causes me multiple problems there. I have a disorder in my throat as well. I have a form of vocal cord dysfunction. I have problems with my ears that are in the process of being diagnosed as a result of recurrent ear infections. I have ataxia, which, while it's not rare, my form is, as it was the result of a meningitis vaccine. While I am 100% pro-vaccination for myself, I am no longer able to receive vaccines as a result of this meningitis shot. And I am no longer able to safely walk, and my knees often buckle, and I often just the wild falling, flailing noise, which sounds exciting, but trust me, it's really not to be the falling, flailing Nora of doom. It's not really something that's good. My overarching disorder, okay, my phone, that's nice, it's neurofibromatosis type 1. It's, as I said back at the beginning, I think, as I said, it's what causes some of these things, and some of these things are completely unrelated. So, as I said at the beginning, neurofibromatosis type 1 is my overarching disorder. It's a genetic neurological disorder that's actually not all that rare. It's actually quite common, but at the same time, it's quite rare because so few people have heard of it, and there's not enough awareness out there. I mean, if I said I had cystic fibrosis, automatically you know what that is. You know so much it affects. The thing is, NF is more common than cystic fibrosis. It's more common than muscular dystrophy. Combined, it affects more people, and yet we just don't know about it. We don't hear about it, and it affects, millions of people worldwide. I have I have hypermobility syndrome, which, I mean, it sounds cool, like all the tricks I can do with myself. That's not supposed to be one. That's just me stretching. Um, yeah, it's supposed to be. This actually isn't hypermobile. Hypermobile. This is just me being a dumbass playing around because I fiddle with myself while I talk because I have ADD. Yay! Yeah, I have hypermobility syndrome, which means that it's not just a cool party trick, the way that I can fold and contort myself into weird shapes. It's not just, ooh, that's so awesome, the way I can twist my body into weird shapes, and it's actually probably something much more serious than merely being hypermobile. It's likely a much more serious disorder that I'm trying to figure out how to get diagnosed with and how to get a firm diagnosis because this could bring a lot of answers and a lot of hope to me if I could figure out the reasons of it. I have fibromyalgia, which is a chronic pain disorder. I have multiple antibiotic allergies. I'm allergic to 5 different antibiotics, which if you notice the aforementioned immune deficiency, it's kind of a bitch together because it means when I get sick, things get serious. Yeah. I have a heart disorder, multiple ones. I not only have my cerebral prolapse, I have persistent orthostatic tachycardia, which means my heart likes to go all batshit and be like, yay, I'm fast, isn't life exciting? No, not really, Heart. I'm tired of your shit. The thing is, I'm more than a rare disease. When I look at my list of mental disorders, which really aren't that rare, some of them are less common mental disorders. Damn it, hiccups! Anyway, it feels like I'm just alphabet soup. When I look at my list of mental disorders, it feels like I'm just a list of symptoms and just a list of disorders, and that I'm not a person, and that I'm not seen as someone who matters. It feels like that the doctors just see me as someone who's always sick, always on medication. As a result of all these rare diseases, my insurance, which is Medicaid, funded through the state of Minnesota, has placed me on restriction. This means that I am in danger of losing my specialist. This means that I have to fight to get my medications. I have to fight to see my doctors. I have to fight for so much, for transportation to appointments, for doctors, for pharmacies, for hospitals. All because they have deemed my medical care to be unnecessary cause. All because they have decided that I am a burden to the state and that my medical care is an unnecessary cost. They have decided that, you know what, I get sick too often. They don't want to pay for it, and that it's undue cost to the state. I am having to fight the state in order to stay alive. This isn't something that anyone should go through. This isn't something that should happen to anyone, especially a 26-year-old. By all intents and purposes, I still have so much of my life ahead of me. And from how it looks now, my entire life is laden with pain. My entire life is going to be spent fighting with insurance and fighting with doctors, getting disorder after disorder, and getting medication after medication added to the already growing list. And it's frustrating. But this is the life for rare disease. You might be like, oh, Medicaid restriction. You must be just one of the lucky ones. Truth is, this is happening daily to people like me. This happens often to people with rare diseases and people who are chronically ill, and it's not something unique. It's not a story that's unique to me. My story is just what's happening. My story is just my story. I'm just another statistic, and I don't want to be. Anyway, I'm Nora, and this is part of my rare disease story. I have many more rare diseases and many more rare disorders that I could go into and talk about. But I'm pretty sure y'all are bored by now. And if you made it up to this point, live long and prosper, y'all. Oh, wait, that's peace sign. Live young, yeah. Live long and prosper, y'all.